And it goes a little something like.
What's up everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm ZiZi Waters, and for those of you that are watching me for the first time, hi, welcome. Stick around. Okay, I'm back with another video, but before we get to that, please make sure to like, to subscribe, and to share this video. YouTube has been unsubscribing people, and it's really been the most annoying thing in my life. Like, I'll get people subscribing to my channel and still my numbers don't go up. They either just stay the same or decrease, which is the most frustrating thing. So please make sure, guys, to subscribe and to check if you're still subscribed, because like I said, YouTube has been unsubscribing people. So frustrating. But yeah, so please do that. Yeah, but without further ado, let's get into this week's video. But yeah, I'm going to talk about how I transitioned from TaLK to EPIK. Okay, so I think y'all, those of y'all that watched my live know why I decided, was it in the video, decided to switch from TaLK to EPIK. And we obviously know that TaLK and EPIK are basically sister programs, but there are a few differences. And these are the following differences as I know of right now. Correct me if I'm wrong. But TaLK, basically we teach for 15 hours. So TaLK, though we are teachers, English teachers, but we are considered more as scholars than actual teachers. We are TaLK scholars. So we have to teach less. We obviously then get less pay compared to EPIK, which is obviously more. But with TaLK, what I do know, because it was my situation, if you have more than one school, then you do get an extra 100,000 won on top of your like already 1,500,000 won. Okay, so you get like 1,600,000 won, which is what I was getting, right? Because I had two schools. Whereas with EPIK, your pay can start from 2 million won, and then it can go up until I think it was like 2.8. I'm not really sure, depending on the qualifications that you have and the experience that you have as a teacher. So yeah, with EPIK you can, you know, go places, but with TaLK you kind of just stay there. Yeah, and then with EPIK you can teach middle school or elementary school. A lot of provinces don't do high schools anymore. And so with EPIK you usually get placed in elementary or middle schools, but some still do get high schools. But since I made it into Seoul doesn't do any other level of schooling except elementary school with native English teachers. TaLK, you can only get sent to rural areas, whilst EPIK you can get sent to like bigger cities. And also TaLK you can only extend until only for up to like 4 years, I think. And after that you can't extend anymore, I think. And EPIK you can extend for, I think, as long as you want. You can like continue with your contract. So anyway, some of the other reasons, not that I feel like I'll be, yeah, but like those were like some of the reasons I decided to move from TaLK to EPIK. So I started the application process in, I think it was October. I started really late because I was still deciding if I want to move to EPIK or stay in TaLK because of the pandemic. Like, I felt like I was still like figuring out like, would I be okay moving somewhere else, like to a bigger city where there's more COVID cases. I felt like it was just gonna be extremely stressful. So I was weighing on a lot of things, like, do I really need to move now in this current like situation we're in? I don't recommend doing that because that like results in a lot of stress. Because with TaLK, the minute the applications opened for TaLK was the minute I applied. And so everything went real quick with TaLK, and like I got my answer like really quickly. I got my documents done like as quick as I could, and then like the only thing I was waiting for was my contract. So I knew like where I stood with TaLK from like early on, and I knew what was gonna happen the next year. So like I was pretty at ease, and like I didn't have anxiety. I was pretty good with that. That's why I applied so early, because I know myself, like if I don't know what's gonna happen, I get extremely anxious and like I just go crazy. And I just didn't want that to happen to me. But unfortunately, I don't know why I never thought of that with EPIK. But yeah, so I applied pretty late. That was my problem. That was my fault. And so I used the agency Gold Key. Gold Key? Yeah. I used that agency to apply. So I wasn't a direct applicant. I decided to use an agency. And so, I mean, they were really helpful, and they work so hard for each and every candidate. They really want the best for us, and they really do want to get all their candidates as much as they can to South Korea. And so I really want to give a shout out to Goki. They really were great throughout this entire process, but it was still really stressful and hectic, I will not lie. So, if I can remember properly, the documents that were needed was, of course, my the application. I needed my transcripts, and they had to be sealed. I needed my degree certificate, and it needed to be sealed. You need a TEFL certificate. You need a TEFL certificate, but I don't have a TEFL certificate. I have my TaLK certificate. Okay, because I didn't do TEFL. I did TaLK only. And then I needed my police clearance. I needed that again. What else did I need? I feel like I needed so many things. Oh yeah, you need like ID pictures of yourself, and those were so expensive to get done in Korea. Oh my gosh. But anyway, and then what else did I need? Oh, 2 reference letters. I think that's the only thing I missed, right? 2 reference letters. Yeah, I think there's like about 7 things you need, right? I'm sorry if there's more and I missed it. But yeah, that's all I can remember right now. And so the problem with my documents was the fact that I needed to get my transcript sealed again. Apparently I did. So the fact that I'm not in South Africa, I needed to sign so many forms and scan so many things, giving permission for people to like receive these things on my behalf and like do these things on my behalf. It was the most frustrating thing of my life. Like, I just couldn't, it was just so frustrating. So with my degree, I had to fill out this whole form and sign it and then scan it back to the company that my universities, they then were gonna do that for me with my transcripts, like seal them and like whatever they need to do. They pretty clued up on what they need to do with transcripts now, like in order to get a job overseas, which was quite interesting and great. And so yeah, but like I did not know when that was gonna come out, or like when I would get those things, because of COVID, like universities sometimes have people and sometimes don't, due to like a COVID scare in the building. So like sometimes people would be in, sometimes people would be out. So like an email that could have taken like 1 day in like the pre-COVID days now took forever. The emails would take forever, like, oh, we're out. And I got so many automatic emails. Automatic. And the second thing that was annoying was the degree. So because of a lot of fake degrees being given to EPIK, specifically in South Africa, which is quite scary, you have to go to SAQA. SAQA, S-A-Q-A, SAQA, that place. You have to get it like apostilled there or whatever. And so I had to then send like forms in and scan them saying, yes, I give permission for my mom to give whatever, to get that whatever apostilled. Then after that, they have to take that certificate, whatever, and then send it to DERCO to be like, yeah, this was apostilled there, I think. I don't even know. All I know is that it had to go from SAQA, then from SAQA, it had to go from DERCO. And then the most annoying thing about this entire process is the money I'm spending. I had to pay for like SAQA to do that whatever to my letter and apostill my degree certificate. Then I had to pay for them to like take my degree certificate and then take it over to DERCO. Then I had to pay for DERCO. To do all of that, and then for DERCO then to take my certificate to Postnet, and then like also my transcripts. So like that company to do that with my transcripts, and then take my transcripts and send them over to my sister. It was a lot. And then from after that was all done and those documents were sorted, then I had to send them over to the Gold Key offices in Cape Town. And so I had already like some documents my side, so I could take some of my documents back from TaLK, but literally the only document they gave me was my police clearance. Like that's the only document they gave me back. So yeah, so there was not much of a problem with the documents my side, because I just needed my 2 references, which I got from my vice principal and my co-teacher. I honestly think my vice principal got me that job, guys, because she wrote the most amazing reference letter for me. So thank you, vice principal. 교강님 감사합니다. I said the application form, my police clearance, my pictures, like it wasn't too hectic in the documents, and then I sent those documents that I have this side, and I sent them over to Gold Key Education's offices in Seoul, and then they sent it over to the EPIK offices. And so after that, like so before that, like I hadn't gotten my interview, and so this was also like really stressing me, because TaLK's like last day of renewal came around November, like early November, around then I could renew with TaLK. And so I hadn't gotten my interview with EPIK yet. And so like I was kind of really stressing out about that, because I'm the person that I like to have a plan B. So TaLK was my plan B. Like if I didn't get EPIK, I would still have TaLK. And so I was really like hoping for TaLK to be my plan B. And then unfortunately the renewal came before I even had like an interview with EPIK. And so I was like really freaked out, because I was just like, now I have to pick, like, do I just settle with TaLK and then, you know, apply, like I just stay with TaLK for 6 months and then apply for EPIK for the August intake. I was like really like trying to decide, like, okay, like should I just do that? And so I spoke to like the Gold Key Education agent, and I was like asking him, like, am I gonna get an interview? Is it gonna happen? Because like a lot of things were like unclear, and you know, because of the pandemic, it's like a lot of things aren't happening the way they usually happen. So you know, it's just really hard to be sure of anything. And so I was just like really nervous, and I just needed reassurance that I would get this job. I just needed somebody to tell me, don't worry, it's still, you'll get it. Like even though you don't have an interview, you'll get it. And then but they were like nice enough to like calm me down, and they were like, no, it's okay, like you'll get an interview, like everyone's gonna get an interview, they're still doing interviews, you'll get it. And so I let TaLK go. Like I waited, and literally my interview was like almost like one of the last interviews the agency had with EPIK. Like I was like the last few people that were getting interviewed. So now the time of my interview, so my hours were really tricky for an interview slot, because it's like, when am I gonna do this interview? Like I couldn't do it after work because they don't do interviews at that time, so it had to be during like my break at work or something like that. And so I was actually quite stressed, because like I was like, where am I gonna do this interview at work? Am I allowed to do this interview at work? But luckily enough, like my co-teacher was like, no, it's okay, you can do it at work. And now like a few days before my interview, I got the pre-interview and stuff like that, and my laptop has never had this issue. It doesn't have this issue anymore, by the way. Guys, you know when the devil, hey? You know the devil when he comes for you, hey? At the time of my interview, my laptop speakers and sound like kept bringing out the weirdest sound, just like a scratchy, like static sound. And I was like, the fudge is happening to my laptop? Like I need this laptop for my interview. And all of a Sunday, this is what it's doing. So I had my pre-interview, and like I was hoping that what the agent wouldn't hear, but then she was just like, after giving me notes, she was like, yeah, I think you need to do this interview on your phone or something, because your laptop is making the weirdest sounds. Which was true, and like I couldn't hear her too at times, because it would like kind of like distort her audio. I couldn't hear her, and I was really stressed out about that. But luckily, like Ali like borrowed me her laptop so I can do my interview with hers. And I'm so grateful to Ali. Like seriously, I'm so grateful to Ali. So like the day of the interview, I had to run and go to Ali and get her laptop, and then run back to school, and then do my interview. So the interview happened. So the questions were quite like questions I expected to ask, for them to ask me, the same as like the questions from TaLK, just like, but a bit different since I live in Korea. So basically asking me about my experience already with students and teaching them, and how I teach them when they're at different levels, and what kind of a teacher am I, and my energy as a teacher. And we all can see, we can all take a guess at how my energy is as a teacher, just getting the way I speak. We know it's pretty high. And stuff like that. And so it wasn't that bad. And just like, how have I been adapting to Korean life, and what Korean things do I enjoy doing, food, all those questions, just like just Korean life and culture, and then, you know, classroom stuff. And but anyway, clearly it went well. So yeah, then that was done. And then now I was still trying to, I was still waiting on all of these places for my documents that are currently in South Africa. So that was, and I did not know how long that was gonna take. And then suddenly EPIK decided. So usually EPIK gives you until like mid-Jan to submit your documents, but then all of a Sunday EPIK decides that the 24th of December will be the last day they accept any documents. My documents are still in South Africa, and I was freaking the fudge out, because the agent, like when I spoke to the lady and I was like, did my documents, like, did they leave South Africa and something? She was like, I mean, I sent them on Friday, but I don't really know if they're gonna make it in time. And I was just like, I need them to make it in time, okay? It's not an option for them to not make it in time. I need a job for next year. They have to make it in time. Like, I'm just like, you cannot send this to me. I'm not the person to send such messages to. Like, I'm not. You need to send me reassuring messages, not messages that make me lose my brain even more. Like, no. And then after that, so I was like, okay, right? I guess my documents have made it. And then something happened. Suddenly EPIK was like, I don't even know how to explain this to you guys. They now wanted to see South African university grades compared to the scale of the American grades. So basically like A plus, B plus, wow. But they wanted like an official university document stating that, like what our percent was according to the American system. But UP had nothing of that sort. Till this day, I've never found that for UP. And so then that first started to freak me out, because now that was starting to play a part in like us getting accepted. It was never an issue. It was never a requirement. But now all of a Sunday, when universities are closed, they start asking us for these things. And I'm just like, WTH, why do we need that? And that also was starting to like really stress everybody else too, because like, you know, Korea has been like kind of trying to, there's been rumors that Korea wants to kind of stop taking South Africans as native English teachers. Okay, simply also because like Korea's also starting to cut down on the amount of foreign teachers it brings in. This is why you see like major cities like Seoul not taking English teachers now for like middle and high school levels, and other provinces also just doing like middle and elementary English levels only for native English teachers and not high school, because the country's kind of trying to cut down on the English teachers. And now the rumor also was that essay, they're trying to cut out essay. So even now when you do apply to some academies, they don't really accept South Africans. That's where we start getting panicked, because it was just like, oh, is this the way they're trying to get rid of us now? Like, this is the way they're trying to like not like accept us, because now the education office is asking EPIK to ask this of us. So yeah, that was hectic. And then anyway, I gave up with that. I stopped looking. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just was like, Jesus, take the wheel. I'm done. I can't call anyone. I can't email anybody. It's December holidays. It's South Africa. Nobody works in December holidays. If I'm supposed to be here, I'll be here. If I'm supposed to get this job, I'm gonna get this job. And then I don't know. I think I got the first week of Jan or the second week into Jan. That's when I got the news. And the way I found out also that I got into Seoul was just so like, it started snowing though. It was like snowing that day on my way to school, and I was like, it's gonna be a good day. Something good is gonna happen today. I usually think that when the snow comes, You guys know like Gilmore Girls, how Lorelai loves the snow and she felt like the snow just brings something new. That's me with the snow. I'm just like, when it snows, I'm like, something good's gonna happen today. It's gonna be a good day. And so that's what I said that day actually. And then so like I finally opened the messages, and it was this one guy. He asked us like, did anybody apply for Seoul and actually get placed in Seoul? Because nobody yet had been placed in Seoul. And then the agent was like, yes, ZZ Waters. And then I looked at them like, what? And then I literally, that was my reply. I was like, what? What? It was morning for me. It's like late evening, like everybody's sleeping in South Africa. So I had to like wait the entire day like to get that response of my what? And then some other girl was just like, I think it means like you the one that got in. Like, did you not get in? And then I was just like, and then like I just waited for the agent to clarify for me. And then he was just like, oh yeah, ZZ Waters is the only one that got into Seoul as of now. And then I was like, I was not aware of that. I literally said, I was like, I was not aware of that. And then then later on they messaged me personally and they were like, sorry, yeah, you made it to Seoul. We didn't let you know that. I'm like, I got into Seoul? Really? Oh my gosh, you so I got in for like, I've been stressing for weeks, but I was in already and nobody let me know, like. And so yeah, that's how my whole entire transition happened. And now, what day is it today? Today is the 21st of January, and currently my vacation has started, but because of the the pandemic, I really can't travel much. I feel like I will do something because we have the China New Year, the Lunar New Year in February. I might do something with a friend, but yeah, so now I'm in the process of just like gathering my life and figuring out what I'm gonna do before orientation. But basically that's all that's what's going on with me. I should start packing soon. I procrastinate a lot. I procrastinate a hell of a lot, but I'll probably start packing soon. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope it was interesting. It was kind of long. Yeah, when I had a lot to ramble and rant about. I had a lot of pent up emotion about the situation because it was so frustrating for me. But thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and to share the video. Don't forget to love yourselves, and most importantly, the others around you. Bye.